A lot of you have been asking about what mods I use, what settings I use, and resource packs, and how I otherwise customize my game for Minecraft. So I just figured I'd throw together this quick video showcasing all of my mods, how I do that, like my resource packs, all my mods, all my settings and stuff. So partially for all of you guys, but partially so that I can remember how I configure my game when we eventually update to like Copper Drop. So first of all, I use the Prism launcher, which, oh, that was pretty big. This is what it usually looks like. Super easy, no nonsense, no bloatware, no extra stuff launcher. it's so nice. And I have to use it for simple voice chat on Mac. So I fell into it because of that, but now I'm never going back to any other launcher. So when you load it up, you sign in with your Microsoft account, it syncs to your account here and like loads your username and stuff. You add an instance, you add your version that you're playing, your mod loader. This is pretty similar to other mod loaders, I think. But when you want to add mods, you just push edit here, go down to mods on this side, push download mods, search for the mods you want, select them all, push download, and it all downloads. So easy. It's so nice. It's way better than trying to like download from the website and port them over in a vanilla launcher. And then it also downloads all of the dependencies as well, which some of these are placeholder API, cloth config, fabric API are dependencies. I would not be able to tell you what is dependent on them, but they're there and it all works. So let's just go down this list. So I have Armor Poser for armor stands, custom armor stand mods, audio player for custom music on music discs, Axiom for building. If you do not have Axiom, go get it. It is so nice. I just recently installed Essential. I don't know how to feel about it. I got it to play games with my brothers so we can like host our worlds to each other. But it also has a zoom, like a default zoom key, so I can do stuff like this without a separate zoom mod. So I might keep it just for that. Flashback is for kind of like making videos and like B-roll and stuff. FreeCam, debugging redstone is so handy in real time. I try not to use it for cheating, but it's easy to use it. It's easy to use it for cheating. Immediately Fast is obviously a performance enhancer. Iris is for shaders, so I can easily toggle on and off my shaders. Lightmatica is to build like from Blueprint, so it makes it really easy to build what you built in Creative and Survival. Malilib, I think, is a dependency for MiniHUD and Lightmatica, because these are all from the same developer. MiniHUD is super easy. It gives us a bunch of useful information. I use it mainly for giving us like light updates. Let's see. Okay. Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah. So when I'm building like games and stuff or my base, I always make sure that I am lighting my base up sufficiently so there's no mob spawns. And this mod allows us to easily see where the mobs could spawn. So yeah, when I'm building like Chrono Quest, for example, I'm gonna use this a lot to make sure no creepers spawn in it. Moving on, let's see, mod menu. This mod is so nice. It allows us to see all of our mods in the game and also just like access the configuration settings right here in the game. So like a central place for everything like that. Super nice. Mouse tweaks, another essential. I feel it every time I do not use it. Let's see, like, that was vanilla, but if I wanted to move all of these stacks up to this barrel, I would have to go and click on every single one, but with mouse tweaks, I can just click and drag, and it moves them all like that. So nice. I can also scroll for individual items. I use that all the time. It's one of those mods that whenever I update and don't have it, I immediately feel it. Shulker Box Tooltips allows us to see the contents of a shulker box without actually having to put it down, and it's kind of better than the like just a list of items of like the first 6 or whatever items that shows up in vanilla. Simple fog control. I love fog. I love the immersion that it brings. That mountain that's closer to us feels closer to us because the one behind it is foggy. Yeah, so great. I love using the fog mod, and that's the one that I use. Simple voice chat. Just proximity chat for EchoCraft. Sodium is performance enhancer. Spark is a performance enhancer. Status is another thing for EchoCraft. It allows us to set like our status essentially to tell other people what we're up to. And then that's a dependency. So, okay, so that's the mods. My resource packs. I just have redstone tweaks, absolute game changer. Puts useful information on all of the redstone components. I recommend it to absolutely everyone who deals with redstone to any capacity. A few vanilla tweaks. I can't remember exactly what vanilla tweaks I use. There's a few I always get, but I always seem to change what vanilla tweaks I use with every update. And then just like the custom painting resource pack. This is for an escape room I was doing one time, but yeah, it's not applicable to like a vanilla Minecraft. Okay, settings. I always have my FOV, field of view on 75 because 70 is just barely too zoomed in, but anything above 75 is just like, if you look kind of on the left half of the screen, like it just gets distorted. So I think 75 is like the perfect middle ground. I know some people who play like this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you do that. I would get motion sick so fast. I always turn my music down at like halfway, this is the master volume, down about halfway, music off so it doesn't get chopped up in videos. My keybinds are basically all default except for Y. I always have that instead of Q because I always accidentally push Q. And let's see, I have R for toggle perspective. It's way closer than F5, much easier to push. Replace mode is Z on Axiom. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, a lot of just like little things that, these are just like mostly just conflicts, I think. So like M is used for Lightmatica, so I rebound that to the period key. And Essential has a bunch of conflicts that I haven't worked out yet because I just barely got it. I have Sprint on toggle. I have always put my mouse on discrete scrolling because my mouse doesn't work if it's not on. If it's off, my mouse just refuses to work consistently. So the scroll wheel at least says it's sensitivity down to 75%. And then the only other thing that I remember to change is the accessibility settings, which is down here. I turn the FOV effects, the damage tilt, distortion effects, darkness pulsing, all down to like this bottom section, like about here on the slider. This just changes like the FOV effects of like sprint. So like I'm sprinting right now, but you like can't really tell because the FOV doesn't change. And like the swirling of the pistons, I have to change to survival mode. The swirling of this is a portal. The swirling of portals is like way less drastic, and I've just been spit out in a cave apparently. But let's turn all this off. But anyway, let's see. Anything else? Accessibility settings. Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah. So anyway, let me get out of this cave. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching. I messed up the whole video is so good and messed up my outro. Anyway, catch you in the next one. See ya.